3 fundamental tips for low ELO DPS in Overwatch to help you climb faster. Number 1. Your job is to deal damage to enemies. It's pretty simple, right? Well, only sort of. A lot of DPS in the metal ELOs get scared and plug all their damage into the enemy tank. Hey, they're big and scary, I get it. But your job isn't just to melt the guy at the front. It's actually to focus down the enemy healers and DPS. Instead of standing out in the open and shooting directly into the tank, try and find a good angle to shoot around the enemy tank and take out an unsuspecting squishy character instead. The best part, you don't even necessarily need to eliminate the person you're focusing on. Your role isn't Slayer or Killer, it's damage after all. If the enemy healer or DPS are forced to retreat and find a health pack, or just get out of the way, you've done your job and the rest of your team can capitalize and begin to push in. Number 2, dueling is almost never a good idea. A lot of DPS players come from other FPS games where the benchmark of a player's skill is how well they can take on one or even multiple enemies at once by themselves. And a lot of the time if you get eliminated, it's not necessarily going to be that impactful to your team. But Overwatch is very different. If you get eliminated, your team will suffer greatly. That means putting yourself into a position where you have to one-on-one an enemy DPS, tank, or even support is an incredibly dangerous thing to do. Every single character in Overwatch, no matter their role, has the ability to take you down, yes, even the supports. Instead of trying to showcase your skills as a solo player, play with the tempo of your team. Focus down enemies together instead of splitting off entirely from the team to try and take someone out in a weird duel. Never engage unless you have the advantage, whether that be from team support or from a superior position, or the tides might turn on you very quickly. Number 3, positioning. Now you might take from what I said in tip 2 to mean that you should stack with your team and never leave your tank's shadow, but that's not a good idea at all. You and your team need to apply map pressure as well as damaging pressure. As a DPS, you need to find an angle and then begin applying your pressure through damage. For example, say there's a tank in the middle and a support or enemy DPS in their general vicinity. Their tank has defensive abilities and a massive health bar to soak up the damage. That's hard to get through from the front. But if you and the other DPS on your team decide to take up an angle, well, that's a lot harder to deal with. All of a sudden, the enemy tank has lots of pressure coming in from lots of directions and they won't be able to deal with it all. And one by one, their teammates will begin to fall. Makes sense?